Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Allied HomeQuest, Complete Connection with the Community of Real Estate. I'm Mary Camuso, owner of Allied HomeQuest, brokered by eXp Realty, and I'm pretty excited because we get to be here today with Nancy and Chris Gwynn, owners of Dog Krazy.
Thank you for saying your last name right. Nobody ever does.
Yeah, of course. Dog Krazy provides pets and their people a unique experience, and I appreciate that all that you've brought to the pet industry with your experience that you deliver. Housing cat and dog foods and supplies, a self-serve dog wash, grooming and delivering services, nutritional consultations, a barkery, and piglets rescue donations.
Yes.
Nancy has been honored as one of the leading women of the pet industry for 2023 by Pet Insight magazine, which is pretty cool. What I like to see is that you're the only pet store owner that was on that list. I'm not sure if you were aware of that.
Yep, we were the only pet. Well, yeah, I was the only
Making
pet store owner.
significant impacts for the pet world, which is pretty cool. Nancy and Chris not only run an amazing pet stores, but they also help rescues, support other small businesses, generously give back in so many ways, and are a pillar in our community. Welcome. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming to talk to us. We love this.
Yeah, definitely. So let's just dive in about Fredericksburg. How long have you lived in this area, and what's something you love about it?
Well, I have lived here since 2005. I moved to Fredericksburg. I was in Stafford before that, and then I was up in the Herndon area. My dad was an Air Force brat, and we retired. He moved to Virginia. And I met Chris 3 months after I opened the store. Yeah. And then he's lived here pretty much his whole life.
Yeah, I'm a lifer. I grew up in King George. So.
Lifer.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you to your dad for his service.
Thank you.
And thanks for being a lifer. I'm one too, so it takes one to know one. It's a good community. It's a good space to be.
Love Fredericksburg.
Really, we love Fredericksburg. Yeah. The people here are just amazing. They're just the best people.
What are some of your favorite things about Fredericksburg?
People really love their dogs here. It is a dog community like no other. So like right now we're traveling in our RV with our dogs. All of our dogs are seniors and we want to spend every moment of our lives with them. Our last set of dogs that we had before the group that we have now, while they were seniors, we were opening our second store. And we went through cancer and heart disease and just so many things, and we didn't have that quality time with them. So now they're all 7+, and like he was diagnosed with cancer 6 months ago. He's fine now. Okay. Everything's good. Cancer's gone. He's in remission. But our whole thing was we want to spend every moment with them. So we bought an RV and we're just traveling with them right now and just spending every single second with them. But everywhere we've been, nothing is like Fredericksburg. Like, people love their dogs. Everywhere we go, people love their dogs. But I've never seen a community like we have here in Fredericksburg.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just different.
Well, I'm glad that he's cancer-free.
Thank you.
Great. It's a blessing. And how exciting to travel. Where have you been on your travels so far?
So first, pretty much the entire East Coast.
Well, I was going to say, really, we've hit pretty much every southern state there is. We don't like the cold, so we're trying to avoid the cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, like New Mexico,
Arizona, Las Vegas.
Nevada, Arizona, all through Texas and Florida.
Just got back from New Orleans.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. We saw a ghost. That was super cool. Video.
You saw the ghost?
Oh, I have video. I'll show you after this. It's really cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you, I'm not a believer, and then when I looked at the picture, I got goosebumps every single time. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what about future plans? Where are some places that you plan to go?
I really want to go to Oregon. That's one place. There's a pet store owner actually that's up there, and she rescues all sorts of exotic animals, and she has a tour that you can come do and meet all these animals. I'm fans of her on Facebook, and I'm like obsessed with watching her. And I told him, I'm like, we have to go up there. I want to go to Angie's place and meet these animals. So probably in the spring, summer, we're going to head that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we want to hit obviously all 50 states at some point.
Yeah, we want the dogs to see it all.
Plan it accordingly, because again, I'm not going to Maine in the middle of winter. So.
No.
Come on, why not?
Porky needs to pee in every state. Huh.
That would be so fun. I love that. It's good to take some time. Oh,
he's the best boy. Oh, you see that basset hound out there? Look at that baby. Look at those cheeseburger paws. So cute.
He is. I heard you say in something else, you were quoted, that you want to go to bed every night knowing that you did everything you could to improve the lives of dogs.
Yep.
And I not only commend that, but I also think it plays into my next question. What motivates you? What's your driving force?
I love dogs. I say this every time when people, like, we just did a manager meeting and, you know, Chris asked all the managers, he's like, why are you here? What do you love about your job? Like, because we love to have those one-on-ones with our team and make sure that everything's good and they're happy what they're doing. And when he got to me, he's like, Nancy, what do you love? And I said, I just love dogs. That's really all there is to it. There's nothing more to it than that. I just love animals. I love them so. I mean, look, I cry talking about them. How can you not love them? They're the best things in the world.
Yeah. It's like a gift that you give yourself, right? Yep. Like, because the energy and love, and it's just amazing connection.
Yeah, they're just the best. Wonton, come
here,
buddy.
How about you, Chris? What's your drive?
You know, it's funny because we're different, and I'm a very logical person. I understand Nancy's love, and I have an absolute love for animals as well. Nothing compares to what Nancy has, though. It's on a whole different spectrum when it comes to the love of animals, and my drive is to help her, you know, bring that to fruition. So it's, you know, she's like, I want everybody to know who Piglet was. I said, I'm on it. And
that's my goal in life.
Yeah. So, and that has become my mission to help everybody know who Piglet was. Because we do amazing. I mean, we absolutely love animals, and it's not always going to be something that we carry, but we're always going to provide the best for that animal in front of us. It might be something that they need to get, you know, somewhere else, or it might be something they can just do at home, you know, simple fixes, but it's always going to be providing the right information for them.
Yeah, I had a customer reach out to me yesterday via Facebook, and she was like, this is what's going on with my dog. She sent me all this allergy panel, and I was like, well, let me look into see what you could do. And I sent her a bunch of things from the grocery store. I'm like, these are things at the grocery store that you can get. I said, if you want it very simple, here's something we carry. It's a base mix that you can use. Your dog's not allergic to anything, and it'll be great for them. And then add these things from the grocery store. I could have very easily sold her cans that we had, but why add that extra money when she can just get things that are fresh right there that are going to save her money, and she can feed that dog the best diet out there.
That's awesome.
And that's what's important. So.
Yeah, and I think that shows in everything you do, and I think that's like what the community loves about you, is that you're so supportive and loving. You know, it's not about the money.
No, it's about
it's about the dogs.
No, he and I have gotten into some of the biggest fights because of, like, I get close with the companies that we carry. I have to test everything out before I bring it in. I have to love what it is before I put it on our shelves, because if your dog's going to bring it home, I want to make sure that it is the best thing for them, because if not, it's going to come back on me. And I never want you to wake up in the morning and your dog is sick and be like, oh my God, Nancy sold me this and it made my dog sick. So there's been companies that we've worked with that, like, one of the companies flat out lied to me. They told me one thing, and then 2 months later they did the complete opposite. And I said, I got a bad feeling. I don't like this. I was like, I want to take it off the shelves. And he's like, honey, that's our best seller. And I was like, I don't care if they lied to me. They lied to me. If they lied to me about this, then they're going to lie about other things. And it took 2 years for him to realize I was right, but they 100% lied. And the quality of everything they did went down. And granted, we lost $150,000 taking their products off our shelves, but I slept at night, and that's what was important to me. So
that's awesome.
You know, it always has to be about them first.
That's awesome. I saw somewhere that you even like do inspections of like the food that comes in, like everything. The bags, and you make sure that there's like no holes, and it's of the freshest quality.
Yep. As soon as there's a hole in the bag, it loses nutrients. And again, we want everything to be top quality. You know, we offer the best products, and we want to make sure that's what you bring home is the best.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing that, making sure all of our pets are healthy and safe. So maybe could I get you to share something that most people in the community don't know about you? Is there anything that...
I'm an open book, so I think that's what drives him crazy, because I'm very open. I tell everybody everything. Like,
maybe a favorite restaurant, or
oh gosh, I have
some little funny story.
So we came back into town last night, and the first place I had to go was Miso. They have the best sushi in the whole world.
Yes,
we have been everywhere, and nobody has sushi as good as Miso. Their spicy crab roll and their Las Vegas roll is the best thing in the world.
I love the Las Vegas roll.
And we know so many people here, so it's hard to just like pinpoint.
Yeah.
One thing. I mean, we have our staples.
You want a relaxing place where you're going to feel so welcome. Foodie, hands down, foodie. Like, I love Beth and Joy; they're the best people in the world.
Yeah.
A meal that you will never forget: the lasagna or at Orfino, the lasagna at Orfino, or the carbonara. Oh my God, so good!
I haven't had their carbonara.
It's so good. It is so good. Yeah, actually, our attorney here, Molly, she sent me a picture of it one day, and she's like, "If you haven't had their carbonara, it'll change your life." And the next day, we went up there and got their carbonara, and we take turns ordering it now. Yeah. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just there's so many places to. Himalayan Heritage.
Their momos are to die for.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Fredericksburg has good food. They really do.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because it's been, it took some time to bring in everything, right? The old Fredericksburg didn't have as much of the revival of the food scene, but it's really great where it's at now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
thank you, foodie owners.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the good food.
We love dog food and we love human food.
Just need a good dim sum restaurant.
Really, yeah,
Ooh,
that's
dim
the one
sum.
thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one thing. Yeah, New York, best dim sum in the world in New York. And here you got to drive up to Mark's Duck House in Falls Church to get good dim sum.
Yeah.
Or
I think that's the
Leesburg.
closest. Yeah.
I've never been there. I guess I'll have to add it to.
Got to go on a weekend. And
I'm
come
making
around
a
with
list
the
of
trays.
things over here as we're talking, so thank you for that. So let's talk about Dog Krazy. When did you establish the first store?
2006. So I was working in the dental field for 15 years. I actually just reached out to my old boss, Dr. Sherwin, on Facebook. They said something about him on Boss's Day, and I said I want to thank him for making me the person that I am today, because he taught me the way he treated his employees, we were like family to him. And that's how we try to run our business is, like I say, like one of our groomers, I tell everybody she's like a kid to me. Like she's her boyfriend now. I say he's my son-in-law. Like I love him so much. Worked in the dental industry for 15 years. I was in school to become a dog trainer because I really love dogs. Like I said, I had just lost a ton of weight. I used to weigh 500 pounds, and I'd had gastric bypass surgery, and I lost all the weight, and I was finally able to get up and actually work with my dogs. So I went to school for training, and I had 1 week left of school, and I drove downtown to Dog Days. That is a store it was on Caroline Street. It had been there for 10 years. And I walked in, I pulled up in front, and right when I pulled up, she put store closing in the window. And I walked in and I was like, Kathy, what do you need? Why are you closing? And she said, I'm done. I want to move to Florida. I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, are you selling the store? And she's like, nope. I just want to walk away. She's like, I just don't want to be here anymore. I just want to, I want to retire and I want to, spend time with my dogs. And I was like, well, we need a dog store in Fredericksburg. And she's like, if you want one, then open one. And I went to school that night and I talked to my teacher and she said, Nancy, you're wonderful with people. You're wonderful with dogs. You really suck at training. She's like, you're just not good at it. And she's like, Piglet's bad and you laugh. She's like, you just don't have that alpha mentality. And I don't. Like when we had a daycare, I was the one who was not allowed to go inside because I would just lay on the floor and let them jump on me. I had to be supervised. All the bad habits are me. I'm awful with that. So I went back the next day and I talked to Kathy and she said, if you want to do this, she said, if you promised me you would never sell dogs. And I was like, I'm all about rescue. I had 5 rescue dogs at that time. And she said, I'll help you through all of it. So we walked over to her landlord's office. She introduced me. I filled out the paperwork. I had $8,000 in my bank account. And I wrote him a check for more than half of that for the first month's rent. I went home, I put money on my credit card for inventory. I knew nothing about business, and I opened 3 weeks later.
Oh, wow.
And that was the first store.
Taking a leap of faith.
100%. I knew nothing. I remember our first day of business. I hope it's okay that I talk about this. Our first day of business, our grand opening, we made $619. And I literally said, I'm going to be rich. I was not going to be rich. Yeah, so, and then at that point, it was like, as long as we made $200 a day, we could stay afloat. It's like a little bit more and more and more. Never in my life did I think we'd be at 8 stores. Never.
Yeah, that was what I was going to roll into, and you're at 8 stores now.
Yeah, never in my life. And this is the business mind here. Like, I knew nothing. I took 1 business class. I just really love dogs. And then he's an accountant, and I met him 3 months later. And he fixed all my books, and he taught me how to do things. And to this day, he still teaches me about numbers, and I don't want to listen. I just want to buy stuff and play with dogs, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. He was able to, that was 2006, and then in 2015, he came on full time. He would come in on the weekends and help me, or at night and help me whenever he wasn't, when he wasn't working his full-time job. Stop licking, buddy. And he was able to retire, to be able to leave his full-time job and come on full-time with me. And then we shortly realized after that we could not work in the same store together full-time. It was too much. I don't like change. I wanted things my way. He wanted to change everything and make it more structured, and I am all over the place. So we opened our second store.
Well, her way, of course, I mean, if you think about it, her way for the longest time was just writing down everything that sold, the old pin pad and
it worked.
Yeah, so it's like, in order to grow, you can't do that. You got to have an inventory system. So I come from a corporate background, so I came in with a lot of rules and regulations and changing things, and that was a very stressful time when we first started to work together.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason that we opened the second store. Not the entire reason. We also had some great employees that wanted to get back into grooming, and Ashley, And
She's wonderful. I love her.
And in order for her to be able to get back into grooming, we had to have a location for her to do that. So I was like, all right, let's just open a second store. It makes sense. And that's how we started to grow. And once we realized we could do the second location, we're like, we can replicate this. This is easy. So.
Yeah, well, we actually lost both of our dogs, our heart dogs. We lost both of them when we opened the second location. His dog had a tumor on her brain, and then my dog had a tumor on her heart. I actually took time off. I couldn't be at the store for a while. So I actually started selling Lululemon leggings from home so that I could still work, but not actually be in. I just couldn't be in the stores at that point. And I did that for probably 8 months or so, 8 months to a year.
Yeah.
Built up a huge team of 22 women, and I loved leggings. And then I decided I really wanted everybody in the world to know who Piglet was and how the impact because when she passed, I was a hot mess.
So let's talk about Piglet. Let's unpack that.
Let's cry. Let's cry a lot.
It's okay. It's good to release the emotions.
She's still here.
She's a part of your heart,
Yeah,
and
her
ashes.
our ashes are actually, my wedding band is her ashes. So
how cool is that?
yeah, she's loving my life. I mean, she sent me him. Right, Porky? A week after she passed away, he was born. And he was born with backwards legs. Hot mess of a
Kidneys,
dog.
yeah.
Kidneys were a mess. And a friend of mine, I was at the store, he was taking me out of town when Piglet died because I was a hot mess. And one of our customers walked in and I said, how's Buster? I love her bulldog, Buster. And she said, oh, he's a father. I said, what do you mean he's a father? You worked at the SPCA. What do you mean? Her now husband had taken in a bulldog. He was a police officer, I believe. And Buster broke out of his cage and into her. She was in heat. And they took him to the vet, and the vet was like, there's no chance they're pregnant. Like, bulldogs don't get pregnant like that. You don't have to worry about it. And she was pregnant.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah. He was the little one in the litter, and when I saw his picture, I just fell madly in love. And she said, we don't know if he's going to make it. I said, well, if he does make it, when I get back, can I meet him? And on Mother's Day, she actually brought him up to meet me, and I saw him, and I knew that she sent me a broken dog that I just fell in love with, and he's perfect. Perfect, right, Pork?
Such a good boy. I love
He is
how
the
he's so
best dog.
poised on his chair over there.
It's like, I'm used to this.
I know, you're the best boy in the world. As I say, like, Piglet didn't like other dogs. She was a little bit of a handful. She was perfect to me. But he literally is the perfect dog. Everything that she did, he does without attitude.
Was she your first pet?
No,
Your
she was
first pup, or-
she was my first, like, she was my dream dog. I always wanted a bulldog. Didn't think I could afford one. Went through infertility for 6 years before I met my life partner, like my real husband. We'll call him I had to
practice.
I had to practice one before. But before I met him, and after the 6th attempt at trying to have a baby, I said, you know what? I'm not meant to have kids. Let me just get my dream dog. And I was actually at lunch with my boss at the time, Dr. Sherwin, and the woman behind me said, oh, my puppies are going to be born tomorrow. And I turned around and I said, what kind of puppies are you having? And she said, bulldogs. And I went, seriously?
That's
and it was literally the day
serendipitous.
before I had said that I was going to get a bulldog puppy. And I applied through rescue, but a lot of bulldog rescues don't like other dogs. So I couldn't get approved because I had 5 dogs of my own and they were all rescues. And bulldog rescues, the ones that I was looking at, they were like, they're dog selected dogs. They couldn't be in another home with that many other dogs. So that's the reason that I went through a breeder that time. But the day they were born, I went in there and I saw her. Her name was Lola, and that's my mom's Filipino. So in Tagalog, Lola means grandmother. And everybody calls my mom Lola. And I was like, it's meant to be. She's the one. She's the one I'm supposed to have.
There's nothing more meant to be than that, right?
Yeah. So, and she was, from day one, I would go to their house every day to help take care of the puppies. And at 6 weeks, they were like, please take her home. They're like, please. She
can have
cries
her.
when you leave. Like, you're here all the time now. I was like, it's fine, I'll take her. So, and I brought her to work with me every day. And that's why when she was 4 months old, Dr. Sherwin said she's getting too big, you can't bring her anymore. That was another thing that sparked. I was like, well, then I need to find something else. And I was like, I'm going to be a trainer. It's fine. So the store just worked out. For 10 years, we were together every day.
Very cool. I like how it all just, like fell together, right? It was just
Everything,
like the universe brought it all together in one piece.
I truly believe
meant
that
to be.
everything happens for a reason. I know people hate when people say that, but I truly believe that everything does happen for a reason.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even the bad stuff that you're like, I feel like sometimes if you analyze it, sometimes you find out why, but sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do, and then you're like, maybe I wouldn't have chose that to happen, right? But it brought me to where I'm at today, and so that's like the beauty in the path, right?
Yep, 100%. I say it all the time to him. I'm like, something beautiful is going to come out of this. Like, this is a hard time right now, but there's going to be something that happens because of this.
There's always a lesson to be learned.
Yep.
Always a lesson, that is true.
Are we boring you, buddy? You falling asleep?
He's like, this isn't about me.
So where are all your locations? You have downtown Fredericksburg, Cary Street, South Point.
So yeah, I was gonna say, so we have 4 here in the Fredericksburg area. So downtown Fredericksburg, here on Patriot Highway, Cosner's Corner. The newest one is Chancellor, right there on Route
Road.
3.
Harrison Crossing.
No, it's a little bit further, closer to the mall.
Where UCross
It's-
used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, Ucross. It's Planet Fitness there, and they just opened a air trampoline place.
Yep.
So it's right there, and then the one on Garrisonville Road in Stafford, behind the Dunkin' Donuts.
Awesome.
Everybody knows where Dunkin' Donuts is. That's been there forever.
Yeah, and then in Richmond we've got Cary Street. There's one in Short Pump across from the mall, Stony Point next to Trader Joe's, and then we just opened one in Gaten Crossing Shopping Center where there's a Kroger there, and it's just a little cute little like town center outside, really cute little store.
Yeah, it has almost a very downtown feel to it. So it's
Awesome. Very cool. Congratulations on the new store.
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we're excited to see the new one, and we haven't been to the new one since it opened yet. Our
The-
employees
yeah,
opened it
the-
on their own. So.
the
Wow.
new Fredericksburg one. Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard it's beautiful. We can't wait to see it. We're going there next.
That's awesome. It's great when you build your business to a place where you could say something like that, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you saw it. You built it from nothing, the ground up. So that's awesome. It's the American dream.
Well, I mean, it's a testament. I mean, we have such amazing,
Yeah, our
you know,
team is
employees.
amazing.
It's-
They're just, we can't say enough about them.
Yeah, we have. I mean, and they truly are family. We can rely on them to that, and that's what allows us to be able to, pack up the RV and travel and not worry. So.
Yeah.
So the $1 million question, do you think you'll franchise down the line or you're going to keep it small?
We got the paperwork today, actually.
What?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we're gonna franchise.
So we're done with the legal. Now we're getting into the marketing aspect, so we can actually start offering franchises and stuff.
So the
How
whole-
exciting, taking it to the next level.
Yes. So the whole thing is, I want everybody in the world to know who Piglet was. We cannot, as a couple, we cannot afford it. We have literally put every penny we have into these businesses, and we want to grow. We want to keep growing. We want stores everywhere. I mean, even today, we had somebody come in and they were like, "You need to open a store in this location." And I just jokingly said, "Well, you want to buy a franchise?" And he went, "Yes, I do." And I went, "Oh, okay." And we've had people reach out in the past about it, and I've also always been really. It just didn't sit right with me because I was like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? And we found a company that makes sure none of that will happen. So it's very strategic, and the paperwork is very, it's rock solid. They can't do things that we wouldn't do. All of the products have to be ordered from what we would order. They order direct through us, basically. So it comes through our, I can't really go into the details of it, but they won't be able to just bring in things that I would never sell to a dog into their stores.
They have to use the same filter and moral compass that you've
Exactly.
been using, and
Exactly.
because it's your brand, right?
Exactly.
We can use them as a conduit to help grow and get Piglet's name out there even more.
Yeah, and the one thing that I love about it is I want to make it more personalized. So, so say somebody wants to have a Dog Crazy franchise, but they have a Border Collie. I'm going to say like my favorite Border Collie, Clara. Clara. So the whole tagline is going to be, it started with a bulldog and continues because of put your dog's name here. So that way it is personalized to you, but it started because of the love I had for my bulldog Piglet, and you're continuing it with the love that you have for your dog. So that way it's still part of them, even though it's originally a Dog Crazy. I know.
How cool.
I know.
Well, congratulations. That's really big news, and
Scary. Very scary.
it is scary. But I mean, look at the leap of faith you took at the beginning, and I'm sure you had fears then too. And if you let your life be run by fears, you'll never get to what's next,
No,
right?
fear's what drives you. If it's not scary, then you're not doing the right thing. It
Yeah.
should always be scary.
A little uncomfortable.
Yep, exactly. Safe isn't always the best thing.
Yeah.
Not in business.
Well, I mean, we always, at least I do. I live by the mantra: if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So.
Yeah.
I love that. Very cool. So can you share with something maybe most folks don't know about Dog Crazy? We went a little bit into more personally with you, but about the brand in general. Is there something that people
I was
don't
going to
know?
say, I let people into our home. This morning I was in my pajamas doing a live on our RV. I don't really have any secrets that franchising was the big secret. We're a little nervous to tell people that we're doing that because we don't want people to think that we're going to try to become this big corporate. We just want there to be a dog crazy in every town that you go to.
Yeah.
We want that if one of our employees moves from here to another state, they can stay within a dog crazy and know they can continue to grow with the company. We want to see them grow like we're growing and to never leave us. Like we love the people who are here and we want to just have more opportunities for them.
Yeah, I think the big thing for those that have, which is amazing because we've been, in the Fredericksburg area for, 17 years, but there are people that don't know about us. I think the big thing is we will always do what's right by the animal in front of us. It's, again, we were talking earlier, it doesn't matter whether it's something that we offer or it's something that you can get at a grocery store or anything like that. We will always do what's right by the animal in front of us. And that's the big thing that really sets us apart from other stores in general is it's the focus on the customer, and it's not the two-legged customer that we focus on, it's the four-legged.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be the animal that's in front of us that is the most important factor. So.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for everything you're doing and you're bringing to the pet industry.
Yeah, we love them. They deserve it.
Yeah, they do. It's
When they're naughty.
So I'm pretty excited because we're in your South Point location that has a barkery.
Yes. That's my favorite part.
Could you share with us the motivation behind starting the barkeries and everything behind building it up?
Sure. So Piglet, my first bulldog, was allergic to everything, so I would cook for her. Porky is the worst case. He, for the longest time, was allergic to literally everything under the sun. Like he was eating just kangaroo. And even treat-wise, there was very little in our store that I could actually feed him. And my whole thing is, if it's in the store, it's something I give to my own pets, and there was very little that I could give to him. So I started creating recipes for him, so that things that actually he could have. And we wanted it to be very specialized with everything that's in it. I don't want to use like whole wheat flour or anything like that, things that could cause yeast and whatnot. So I come up with recipes that are Porky safe, and that's pretty much that's what I call them, is Porky safe recipes. So I do a recipe of the month on Facebook Live, and it's always something that he can have. And I tell people how you can alter it to different, if your dog isn't allergic to peanut butter, or if they are allergic to peanut butter, what else they can use. But that was the whole thing behind the bakery, and it's my favorite part of the business, hands down. He knows when I'm here, I'm going to be over there.
Yeah. Well, even when she's at home, she'll be in the kitchen coming up with new recipes, new designs, and things like that.
It's my
her,
yoga.
her zen. Yeah.
I'm excited about your Christmas drop that you're going to be doing. I'm going to save that to be a secret for you when you go to, unless you want to talk about it.
No.
Okay.
It's a secret.
Well, I can't wait that's something you're holding back and you guys will have to wait and stay tuned for, right? So I also noted one of your favorite rescues is the Humane Society.
Old Dominion Humane Society.
Yep.
Chrissy, I love her. I love you, Chrissy, if you're watching this.
I love that you not only provide food and supplies, but you also make monetary donations.
Anything she needs, she knows she can call me.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially if it's a bulldog. But it goes the same way. If I call her, like I've called her before at 11 o'clock at night, somebody called me and said their neighbors abandoned their house and left chickens outside and it was freezing outside. And I called Chrissy, she jumped in her car and went and got the chickens.
Oh, wow.
Like she's amazing. I can't say enough about her.
How cool is that?
She's wonderful. It's not just dogs, it's all animals with her, same. It's the same.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that you also award certificates to people who adopt from them. Is that...
Yes, so if you adopt a dog from them, you actually get a gift certificate to Dog Krazy. So you come up here and we make sure that your dog is set with everything they need. And they get all of their food from us, Old Dominion does, so we can make sure you're feeding the same food so you don't bring home a puppy, because that's just that a lot of people adopt and they'll immediately switch the dog's food. First of all, it's going to be a huge stress on the dog that it's going to a new home that it doesn't know. They've been in a foster home with a foster parent for a while. Now they're in this different home. Of course, that's going to be traumatic for the dog. It's going to mess with them. It's going to give them diarrhea. If you switch their food also, that's going to make it even worse. And then it's going to take days to clear up and you're going to have this new puppy in your home, and a lot of them will get returned because of it. So we want to start them off on the right foot. So they come in here, we'll give them everything they need to make sure that that dog is going to have the best life.
That's awesome.
And with that certificate, we actually donate back to ODHS.
Yep.
To help them further along.
Which is amazing. I appreciate that you do so much.
Yeah. Like I said, we just love dogs.
Yeah, and again, we love Chrissy. I mean, Chrissy's been doing rescues.
I met her when she was 17.
Yeah, I think since she was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, 13 or 14, she started doing
Yeah.
it, and I think she was like 16 when she established the rescue,
Yeah.
and now I want to say she's maybe 30, maybe, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we've
she's-
known her for 20 years.
Yeah, she's
so.
just wonderful.
That's awesome. Very cool. So what other rescues do you I know you make donations to other rescues. Do you want to name a few of them?
I mean, anybody, we give out those gift certificates to any rescue that wants them. So if they want them, we will happily give them to you, because the whole thing is we want to meet those dogs that get adopted, because not only do we want to be a part of their lives, it just makes our team's day. When they see a dog that comes in that just got adopted, that's the best part of their day.
Yeah.
You know, they get to come in and see everything, and a lot of the times they help name them, and we help pick things out for them, helping them get their new collar, their new harness, their new leash. You know, it's just, if you ask anybody who works here what their favorite part of working here is, they will tell you that it's the change they see in the animals. When they help an animal and the owner comes back and says, look what your help did for my pet. And, you know, clearing up skin, clearing up diarrhea, just those things that it means so much to us to know we're making a difference in their lives.
That's awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, again, the big thing, we'll work with any rescue because it's all, again, it's about the animals. We want to get as many animals, you know,
Adopted out.
as much as possible, and make sure they're in good homes and, you know, they're as healthy as can be.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, so created in honor of your sweet pup Piglet, could you share with us about the piggy bank?
Sure. So our 16th anniversary, it was the 16th we did it,
Yes.
right? We started the piggy bank. So basically we do different things. We have cookies that are shaped like piggy banks. We have gumball machines that you can buy treats out of. And then we take that money and we put it into a fund, and whatever store earns the money, they get to pick where that money gets donated. So like we had one that went to diabetes, children's diabetes research. The rescue, Melissa's return to home rescue, she finds lost animals. She's the most amazing person in the entire world. But they all get to pick where the money goes.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
Just another way to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody knows about these things that maybe you wouldn't be so forthcoming to tell about, because it's just really awesome how generous you are and how big-hearted you are to give back in so many ways to our community.
We try. We do try.
In addition to taking such good care of our animals, right?
Well, and yeah, I was gonna say the one thing I love
Community's
about
given so much to us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. Our angel.
Yeah, Melissa's our angel.
Yeah.
Or I'm not allowed to talk about it. She saved us at a point where we needed saving,
Yeah.
and I would do anything for that woman.
But the one thing I love about the piggy bank is that it goes above and beyond just animals. You know,
Yeah.
it allows our, you know, our associates, you know, to choose the things that are near and dear to them.
To their hearts.
Yeah. So it helps open it up even more.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, as we give, we rise together, right?
Exactly.
It takes a community. I like community as like community, unity. A little cheesy, but you know, I like it. So as we embark on the holiday season, I kind of want to touch on, I heard that you do angel trees for the pups.
Yep.
Do you have one located in every store, and how does that
right
work?
over there. So ODHS is the ones that are, I tell you, their force is just crazy. So they start usually in June. I normally go in July. I reach out to the rescues and I'm like, hey guys, we're going to need ornaments by November 1st because that's when our trees go up. ODHS has over 2,000 ornaments this year. So they get the schools involved, the Girl Scouts. Like,
oh, wow.
They make the cutest ornaments, and you can come in and get them off the tree. So basically what it is you come in, there's ornaments on our tree that have a picture of a dog in rescue. You can purchase something from us in the store that the dog is asking for in the back of the ornament, and then you take that ornament and you either put it on your tree at home, or you can give it as a gift saying, I sponsored this dog in your name. And there's things on there as small as a can of food up to a bag of food for the rescue, what they need. And we supply everything that they ask for, and that way once a week the rescues will actually come in and pick up everything. And a lot of this gets them through the almost like 6 months of the year. One year I think we were able to get them through almost an entire year.
Oh, wow.
With all the donations they got. We have one gentleman in downtown who comes in and he buys every bag of food we have for the rescue. Like, he knows what food they feed. He's like, just, I'll take it all.
Oh, wow.
You know, so just people are so giving when it comes to the angel trees, and it's nice. I mean, like with Chris and I, we don't ever want anything for Christmas. We buy everything that we need for ourselves. We don't need anything. That's the perfect gift, is to actually sponsor an animal in somebody else's name, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And the ornaments are so cute.
Yeah, I want to check them out now that you
They're
mentioned
so,
them.
they sent me pictures of them, and I said, please save that one right there for me. I'll buy whatever that dog wants. And it's this cute little ceramic one that a child made with like clay. It's the cutest thing ever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it looks like a crazy dog, but I love it.
I love how she gets everybody involved. I'm going to have
Yes.
to pick
Yeah.
her brain a little bit, I guess.
2,000 ornaments they had made.
Wow.
Absolutely insane. We haven't even gotten ornaments from any other rescues yet.
Wow.
They come in like December.
Yeah. Last minute. Yeah. Very cool. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that maybe you would like to highlight or talk about, any other services or anything that maybe we didn't touch on?
if this is going to be aired soon, if you need a grooming appointment, call now, because we book up through the end of the year.
Yes.
So call. Some of our stores are already booked up till Christmas.
Wow.
And people forget, and they come in last minute, and they get very upset with us if they can't get their dog groomed for family coming. And we're like, I start telling people I kid you not, August. I'm like, start booking now. Just book your Thanksgiving and Christmas, get on the books, or you're not going to be able to get in with your groomer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we've added a ton more groomers, so
Get on
in.
the books
Yeah.
now or never.
Santa doesn't want to see a stinky dog. That's the big thing.
Well, maybe. So I think we could go on all day here, but I think we're at a good place that we could go ahead and cut it. I appreciate you and your time and coming in. And if you want to get your dog groomed, if you want to get anything for your pup, or you have any family that needs anything, if you have a pup in your life, you got to get down to Dog Krazy. I will put their contact information in the comments below, or you could reach out to me. I'd be happy to connect you with Nancy or Chris. And I really appreciate you being here and taking your time to sit and talk with me today.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. We love
Thanks
things
for
like
having
this.
us.
Yeah, definitely. We want to get Pork Chop over here.
Pork.
Wonton.
Come here, buddy.
Pork.
Wonton, come here. Get up here. You get up here right now. Come on, up. Good boy.
Thanks for being here today, buddy. We appreciate you too. Right?
He's the best.
Boy, I'll give you kisses. Just come closer.
And thank you everybody for watching us. We appreciate you and your time. I'm Mary Camuso, your friend and realtor here in the Fredericksburg area with Nancy and Chris Quinn, and of course, Pork Chop. And we hope that you have a great day. Bye for now.